What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is Nullus. His opponent today in the red color playing as Kronos. His name is Suppe. The Superstar. The Superstar McGee, as we do see the Katoskopos going out for the scouting straight away. We do see a dock getting dropped down immediately on this location, as it looks like Nullus wants to immediately start harassing this one down, causing some problems here, as the Oracle is scouting immediately for this dock to deconstruct. So Suppe thinking his best option on this map is to go for Kronos. I do kind of agree that Odin, not the best god on this map. If you do want to go with Norse on this map, you've got a much better chance of winning with Loki or with Thor. Probably Thor is the better option, as Suppe does see the dock coming up here, and he will be most likely clicking deconstruction here. However, the Oracle will most likely be losing its life here in this game, which does hurt the early game of Kronos a little bit here. So nice play here for Nullus to snipe that one off, as we do see another villager coming down to the bottom side of the map to drop a dock. And we'll see how this game's going to go. So there are several different gods that are playable here, and I've seen them all, but this seems to be I guess the thing here is that you got to think about what a flex pick is. A flex pick is a civilization that is quite easy to play in certain matchups. So the thing here is that Suppe wants an easy god to play on this map. He doesn't really want to be trying anything else. He wants to win on this map with an easy god, and he's going with Kronos. The easy gods on this map to play are Kronos, Gaia, and Gaia, plus another easy god could be Isis here, or Set could be another strong pick here, not too difficult to play on this specific map. And also probably like a Zeus wouldn't be a bad pick here either, to try and get an easy win. So there's quite a few different options here on this map that are really, really good. But we do see that a lot of top players who aren't playing Greek are happily taking Atlantean here. So we'll have to wait and see. So more fishing ships coming out here for Suppe. Very standard, fast 6 fishing ships. The question is, how do you actually play this game from the Kronos perspective? Hades, very, 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 very simple. Here, if you play Hades, you want to advance at about 445. We are seeing the house coming up. So get a 445 classical age, 2 docks down on both sides, and you want to be making sure that you stop any sort of mass docks over this side. Kronos, on the other hand, basically needs to just win one side of the water really, really fast. Or get a dock up over on this side of the map really, really early, as we do see this Katoskopos here trying to get a little bit of harass down onto the citizen. Not actually able to get too much happening here. 34 HP remaining as a temple coming down on this location over here. There's the scouts searching around. There's the head of Orpheus here, +8 line of sight, building line of sight. +8 line of sight to your buildings, I should say. And the Wedget Eye here, -10% myth unit food wood gold cost. As Prometheus is on the way for Suppe. He is sending a villager over to the left side of the map to drop a dock down. How many villagers on gold? Just the one here. This makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense, as we do see the temple moving forward onto this position. A very, very simple play here for Suppe is to deconstruct this dock, build out a Bareem here. Does he have the deconstruct? He will basically have the deconstruct. Doesn't need to kill the dock, just deconstruct it, build one Bareem, pick off the fishing ship, leave the Promethean over here, and then get your fishing ships out over here. 2 docks on this side, and you're going to be in a really good position, as we still haven't seen Nullus able to advance here. He's really, really late to the classical age here, which is going to be hurting him quite a bit. He's throwing up 3 docks on this side. Don't care. Do not worry about winning this side. Force triremes out over here and fight for the middle. The gold is awful here for Nullus. All forward at the moment. No back gold on the map. So there's no need to do anything else. So immediately one Bareem comes out. Immediately deconstruct this dock, and you are good to go. As we do see the the Valor coming in. We'll see if Suppe is going to go for that play or not. We do see another dock coming out over here. Just get your... Suppe's got a lot of wood in the back. Put up another dock here maybe, and you're good to go. As we see the villager giving up on sneaking through to get this dock up, as the Bareem says, no, not today, Sonny Jim. The unit's getting pushed back, and it does look to me like maybe Nullus is going to be able to get away with, or Suppe, excuse me, is going to be able to get away with not having to utilize his god power over here. The thing is, I just don't see another position here for him to use it, as we're starting to see some Bareem coming out over on this position. As yeah, Suppe doesn't need to care about this. We do see a stray villager over here. I'm not sure exactly what that's doing. Potentially Nullus is going to be going for a forward build here of some variety, as he's being pushed back on this position. This villager sneaking through, got a mana coming up over here. What is the plan there for Nullus? So we do see fishing ships and Bareems coming out on this position. Suppe, you don't actually need to fight here. You can just sit back and just push off of the water by utilizing passive stance. A couple of triremes coming out here. Nice play. We do see a dock getting snuck down on this position, as the Bareems could take that fight there as well. Take down that villager, as the dock does get taken out. We'll see if Suppe is going to move over here and drop a dock up on this position to try and get himself some efficient fishing ships here. There's a handful more Bareem coming out here, as looks like Nullus is just a little bit blocked here. Look at all the docks he's got. He's got 4 docks, 5 docks now. 5 docks. You have to just accept that you can't win the water here at this point. So we do see a villager coming in. Looks like Suppe can just turn around and take this fight here, as a Minotaur getting chased back. Suppe's Oracle a little bit confused at the moment, as the Oracle does come over here. Going to continue fighting on this position, as the Oracle's coming back for Suppe yet again, as the triremes getting caught out. Good micro here from Suppe at this point to pull Nullus back here. And we'll see how things are going to go, as we do see a handful of units coming over to punish this. But it looks like, I think the 4 focused Oracles are going to be more than enough over here, sniping down that villager. Good garrison micro there from Suppe, as Nullus has to retreat back. Meanwhile, the Bareem's getting pulled yet again underneath these docks. You really can't fight underneath the docks here, as we do see a restoration getting dropped down there, as the units want to take this fight over here, as the Promethean offspring do end up getting taken down. Can Nullus win on this fight or not is the big question here, as no micro here from Suppe at the moment, neither for Nullus, as it looks like it's a fairly close one, but the Ajax will get taken down, the Minotaur will get taken down, and everything is good over there, as we do see a dock getting dropped down. The fishing ship's going to get finished up, get created over here, excuse me, for Suppe. He just needs to build 2 more, and you'll have a very good position here. Now, the question is, who's going to be the victor come center of the map? Because this is everything right now in this fight. Utilizing this to force Nullus to spend a whole bunch of gold on the water that doesn't really matter to Suppe means that he's going to have not much gold left to get to the heroic age. And really, if Suppe just starts putting military buildings down, giving up on this water completely, which he has done, he's no longer building anything, and just going straight into full land send, get a second town center, and get sorted here. Second town center, third town center, gold starve is the game plan for Suppe. Nullus, on the other hand here, he's got to really be thinking about how he can get his second gold mine, because honestly, I'm not sure. He needs to get buildings down. He needs to start transitioning away from the water, stop caring so much about this water here. He's got his fishing ships sorted. He doesn't need to take down these docks. He doesn't need to really take out the Bareems here. He's trying to snipe these units down, and Suppe's not paying attention, though. And he's going to pick off quite a few boats here. Suppe's really not paying attention on this position, finally deciding to turn around. And Nullus, I think he got the DPS there that he needed. Good micro from Nullus here as well, as Suppe is in a bit of a difficult position on that water. And that's going to be fine for oh, he's starting the Bareems. Suppe. He's in it. Suppe's in a really good position here, but he just needs to build buildings. He's starting to make his military units at home. He does have this citizen at the front here. He can grab himself a second town center, which he is doing. He can grab himself a third town center here as well. And I mean, is he? Oh, he's built 1. Okay, he's just faked it. Okay, I thought he was I thought he was continuing to take this fight. So Soup's in a great position. Nullus here, he needs to build military buildings. I don't think he can get to the next stage. He's got 800 gold in the bank. He does have a ton of herdables in his main base here. And we'll see how this is going to go as the units slowly starting to muster in the middle of the map. We see a mana coming up. The Bareem here on patrol at final 2 fishing spots. Still need to get grabbed by Soup. This is something that wait, he's missing one elsewhere as well. Missing this one. No. He's only got 11 fish. Oh, he's missing 1 spot. Huh? Oh, he's got 1 fish over here. So yeah, he still needs 2 more fishing ships out. As now, Nullus can grab this spot, but look at this. He's got 16 population on the water here. As we do see a town center, Soup shouldn't really care about this. I mean, he should try and stop it. It would be a value for him to stop that. But really, he just needs to place buildings here, place buildings here, place buildings over here, and get a gold star. You see the 3rd town center coming down now for Soup as well as he's getting the counter barracks. I'm not sure how much I care for mass counter barracks here and making Terma. Cairo Ballista, probably not the worst ideas here, as the town center does get up for Nullus, as Soup definitely could have put a stop to that if he wanted to, but now the citizen moving forward here for Soup, going to be putting those military buildings down over here. More coming out for Nullus here, and the big question is going to be, can Kronos hold against a Hades army for long enough here off of this 3 town centers and prevent Nullus from grabbing a gold mine. This gold mine over here, there will be trireme here to help out. This one might be a difficult one to push off, so definitely some military buildings coming down. I wouldn't mind seeing some time shift or getting utilized here to drop buildings over here as well. We do see the military barracks are coming down onto this position here, putting some pressure on right now for Soup. Wouldn't go astray either here, just to force the fighting early as he's got a bit of an advantage as the units pushing in here. Soup's resources very, very low in this position, so he's spending them beautifully as the Bareem's popping out, trying to deal with these trireme as they're currently getting a little bit uncertain of what's happening here, as he is starting to lose those as well as the trireme coming in to take those fights. The gold mine is expired, 784 gold here for Nullus. Soup's at 137 or 145 population. Definitely worth it for him to get his upgrades right now as he is making his way over onto this storehouse. Soup, he is sending a Promethean over there as he's trying to take out houses. The watchtower's distracting here as Nullus here, he is sneaking this gold mine. And I said this is going to be one of the other problems here. We'll see if Soup is going to be able to notice it or not as the units are coming through. So the other option here is also Soup can get to the heroic age here. His economy is going to be relatively strong here. I understand this attack from Soup. Yes, his army is a little bit stronger than Nullus is here, but this is under Town Center Fire of Hades. It's under... There is no sentinels that have been used here, it doesn't seem like. He picks off the watchtower, yay, but there's nothing left there for him to attack. As the village is over on this position here, we do see a counter barracks here getting time shifted in. So if we take a look at Soup's perspective, he knows there's a gold mine over here. He has to know that there is a potential for the units to come in there. Medium Murmillo has come through. Medium infantry. Copper shields coming through as well for Soup. He's got plenty of resources in the bank. He might want to consider trying to grab this town center on the back there as well. As will the units come over here and see this gold mine getting grabbed at any point here. Soup can definitely take these fights here. He just needs to turn around and fight. But Nullus here is distracting beautifully. This is what makes Nullus so good. When you see a top player threatening to take a fight that you know that they can't win, you've got to think, why is he doing this? Answer is he is distracting from this gold mine because there's no way that Nullus can keep that gold mine alive. But Nullus now, he's up to 130 population. His army, very, very strong. And he's continuously trying to bait Soup underneath here. We see Soup trying to grab this town center, going up to 4 town centers. I mean, he might be able to grab that and go to the next age. We'll have to wait and see. We see Copper Mail coming through for the Kronos army. And finally, we see some raids coming in over onto this gold mine for Soup. He's going to be bringing his villagers or his army over here. Watchtowers coming through for Soup as well, as he looks like he's probably going to start time shifting towers onto this position as the villagers getting pushed off. We do see them making a run for it here as Soup's army comes in onto this position. We do see the counter barracks getting taken down. The villagers are going to be making a break for it here as a bit of a distraction action as Nullus now coming over. We'll see the town center getting thrown up here. There is already military barracks on this position here as more units coming through here. The villagers going to be trying to drop the barracks down. You can utilize time shift here as well to break through as the army turns around, takes this fight. More military buildings down. Suppe can advance to the next age here as well as the army taking this fight in the middle of the map here. Those medium Murmillo, they've got all of their upgrades compared to Nullus, who's got no armory upgrades here. The citizen on this position are getting sniped down as Nullus is utilizing his villagers beautifully there. Suppe still not advancing his floating tons of resources in this game, as over on this position we do see the villagers starting to grab this gold mine on that position. The citizen getting pushed back over there as well as Suppe, where's the armory? He's got the armory up because he's got upgrades, but he's not clicking up to the next age as Hyperion has finally been clicked. And now the question is going to be, Nullus, he can grab this town center. He's got a decent economy. He's got 60 villages. The Murmillo coming through out of this military barracks are going to be a difficult thing for Nullus to deal with as the villagers are going to be retreating away from here. But Nullus is back onto this gold mine over here. Suppe is at 118 of 145 population here as well. As the army comes through here, the Chiron, so strong. Suppe needs 145 population to take these fights. He's making these Terma, which in my opinion are absolutely useless for Kronos. Make yourself Cairo Ballista, completely fine. Make yourself Murmillo, completely fine against this army composition. The Promethean, the Murmillo, they're more than enough to kind of deal with this if you've got the armory advantage, which he does. But we'll see if this fight is going to go Suppe's way. He does have the military buildings. He's got the defender's advantage here as we see this counter barracks getting taken down. Nullus Suppe just about to hit to the heroic age here as he can utilize his chaos here. He will have 33 favor to make himself some satiety here, as we do see a chaos being utilized on this position over here to try and target down these villages, so to speak, as the army of Nullus does get pushed back. Suppe here, plenty of resources in the bank. How are the economic upgrades going? He's getting himself shaft mine finally here as the army starting to venture over onto this position to hit the gold of Nullus yet again, as this is still looking good for Suppe. But Nullus, he is on two different gold mines. He's on full defenders mode here. Nullus is a master of defense. He's got the economy here to go to the heroic age, which is absolutely huge. You can go to the heroic age and grab a town center if he so chooses, as the Term are taking these units down. The thing is here that Suppe can go to the mythic age through Atlas. Atlas, as opposed to Uranos here, Atlas would be gigantic because it could take out all of the units of the Hades while continuing to put pressure onto this position. We do see the town center coming through. We've got the Aphrodite coming through though for Nullus here as well, as those Sates are doing tons of damage onto those Toxotes here. You got to be careful though with the Chiron here, is able to take down the Satyrs really, really fast. Meanwhile, Murmillo taking this fight over here, trying to pick off villagers, trying to slow down the gold income of Nullus. Remember, villagers, they don't give you Hades shades, so trading army for villagers against Hades is not the worst of ideas. Suppe still sitting with tons of resources in the bank. I would love to see him spending those resources on more armory upgrades and more line upgrades, heavy infantry, heavy archers, or trying to get to that mythic age here. As another option, he's got plenty of villagers on the gold mine. This gold mine is almost expired though. Villagers in the middle here. We do see the town center is just about up for Nullus. Nullus is sitting at 100 population though. So if Suppe can continue this pressure here, which it looks like he's going to be able to, he's going to be in a good position. But Nullus is now about to be hitting Aphrodite. So he's going to be able to curse this army and hit a big amount of population dip here for Suppe as the Terma pushing through here. We see the curse coming down. Suppe drops, but he's still sitting at full population here as the army going to continue to push through. Another Chiron coming in. The Nemean Lion coming through here as well. We're ways away from utilizing the chaos upgrade here, as we do see heavy Murmillo have come through onto this position. A military barracks getting thrown down here as well, as the villagers do spot the citizen trying to get this position up, as more Murmillo have popped out onto that position there. The Nemean line getting pushed back by some hero Arcus on this position. Nullus is at 110 population, still in a very, very difficult position here, but the Toxotes on the back here are really, really helping out, as Suppe still hasn't gotten himself down a palace here in this game to get himself destroyers. Destroyers are a vitally important unit against everyone, especially for Kronos, because they allow the Kronos to tank the Toxotes, tank the archers, to allow their archers to get the DPS advantage in the fight. As we do see the Nemean line almost sniped there, 110 HP remaining here, as it looks like Suppe, he is not able to maintain production here. He's trying to build all the buildings out as best as he can, moving forward onto this gold mine over here, as you do see the military barracks securing that gold mine over there. But look at this. Nullus, 60 villages, 11 fishing ships. He's got not quite enough food, not quite enough gold, but he is slowly pushing forward here as the 1 HP Chiron coming back to snipe the satyr there, as Suppe does manage to pick that one off. But can Suppe make this work? We do see fire ships coming out. Let me tell you a story about the fire ships, ladies and gentlemen. Fire ships deal 22 damage per second, but they miss everything they attack. They are the worst ship in the game by far, and they are in desperate need of a buff. Desperate need of a buff. And Suppe, unfortunately, not being an Atlantean main, not realizing that, but he does manage to pick up a bunch of those fishing ships, at the very least, idling them with that attack. But I just think a palace would have been so much more useful here for Suppe, as Nullus is just barely holding on in this game. As the Arcus, heavy Arcus in, he's got full copper. We do see bronze weapons now coming through for Suppe as well. I mean, to be honest, after all is said and done, what would have been better? An implode or these upgrades? And I think that implode would have been a much better idea. Beautiful micro there from Nullus, keeping this Chiron alive, but Suppe paying attention over here as well. Villagers finishing up on this large gold mine. We see that Nullus is yet again back on this gold mine as well, as the fighting is ensuing. Chiron, such a beautiful unit to use in these fights, but he will be losing that one as Nullus not paying attention there. He sends his fishing ships back out to fish, as all of the fire siphons were taken out. And we finally see a palace here for Suppe after all is said and done. But is it too little, too late? As Nullus, he's got his farm set up. He's got his gold mine set up. Seeing 122 population slowly catching up. And we also see a handful of Peltast here. Now, Peltast are a unit which you don't want to match. You never want to put Peltast on auto queue, in my opinion. Never want to put Peltast on auto queue. But if you want to train a handful of Peltast, not the worst of ideas. If you get like 3 Peltast out, 4 Peltast out, make sure you micro them. They are basically one hit once you get enough of them, they basically one hit a unit. So you can just utilize that pack of Peltast to pick off Arcus. And look at this, Suppe. He's just not able to win these fights. He's trying to make some Contarius out now, but he's just not got the units here. Trying to throw up this palace on the back here, but not able to make it work. As he has a palace over here, destroyers are coming out onto this position. But is it too little too late? He's got heavy destroyers here. There's another palace just about to come up for Suppe, as he is trying to work this one out. But honestly, even with the score advantage for Suppe, he doesn't have the population here. Suppe's got 145, or Nullus has got 145 population now. He's about to start being able to afford armor upgrades or going to the mythic age. He's barely held on in this game, as the citizen over here does end up getting taken down. And Suppe's gold is now under threat, as he's going to have to make a break for it up to this palace over here. He does have a gold mine on this position, as the destroyers trying to come in and take out a Townsend. A couple of destroyers not really going to be enough here for Suppe, as all of Suppe's advantages here seemingly going down as the Contarius coming out. These Peltas need to be stopped here immediately. We'll see if that's ever going to happen, as it does. Nullus is very smart with his unit decisions here. As the heavy Arcus getting taken down, the citizen on this position does get cleaned up over here as well. The citizen trying to make a break for it into the palace. He does manage to get in there, and this palace will be able to take down these units relatively quick here as well. As the army coming back for Suppe is at 117 of 160 population here, but the Nemean line coming through here to attack this. We do see the chaos getting dropped down. As the Nemean line, this will be a little bit of a help for for Suppe here, in all honesty, if you can utilize that on this position here as well. Meanwhile, we do see some military buildings coming down onto this gold mine over there as well. As the villagers pulling back, the Toxotes is going to start taking down the villagers on this position as well, as more Nemean lions are coming through, as Nullus has gotten himself quite a fair bit of favor here to deal with this. Mass Nemean lions, really, really smart players. More citizen getting taken down. The gold mines for Suppe are currently mined out or unoccupied, as it looks like Nullus is potentially going to be able to get some sort of a gold staff here. Suppe's at 75 of 160 population. He's got nothing remaining here in this game, as the Arcus do get taken down. The citizen over here going to be getting cleaned up as well. And what else can Nullus do here? I keep on thinking Nullus is playing as Kronos. What else is Suppe going to be able to do here, as Nullus is all over Suppe in this game? As the citizen there gets taken down, no more gold income for Suppe. He's got 1,600 wood in the bank. He's trying to work it out. He's making some units in the middle of the map here yet again, but Nullus just pushes forward. He doesn't care. He's pushed off all the gold mines. Suppe can trade a little bit here in his market if he so chooses to get a little bit of gold. We do see a cheeky raid coming onto the villagers on this position as well, as the manor will get taken down there. So the villagers getting pushed back, and a desperation moment here for Suppe. The desperation moment here for Suppe is that if he can get enough distraction here onto Nullus, Nullus does only have 72 gold. So if he can distract Nullus enough with his army, could potentially get villagers back onto a gold mine. He is sending these guys up onto this gold mine here to kind of sort themselves out. But as the units come over here, they should be able to win this fight for Nullus. Remember, he's still getting these Hades shades. He's still sitting at full population. Fortified town centers comes in, so now it's 160 population for 160 population for Nullus. As you do see Suppe moving in onto this position here, trying to make it work with an basically attacking Nullus everywhere but the important parts here. This gold mine is about to expire, which means that Nullus has to move up onto this location, but he can just drop a fortress here now, or even drop a fortress down on this location here to grab the gold mine on the front, if he so chooses. Meanwhile, town center over here getting attacked. We do see Nullus coming over here, trying to deal with this as best as he possibly can. Units retreating back underneath the palace, as the Satyr are out. One special attack from these three Satyr could do a lot of damage to these units, and we do see indeed the fortress coming up for Nullus here, wanting to make sure his gold mine is secured, even though there's only 2,000 gold left in it. It's definitely kind of worth it there. And in that moment, Suppe does decide to tap out here. Yet again, Nullus managing to clutch this one out. You got to ask some questions here of Suppe. There was this moment where Suppe's economy just went completely boom. Suppe didn't have line of sight on this gold mine either. If he had line of sight on this gold mine, he clicked this one, he knew this one, but he didn't know this one. Then Nullus would have been out of this game 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Not 20 minutes ago, but maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. He wouldn't have been able to continue because he wouldn't have had any gold. But Suppe not having an eye on this, attacking the main base for no reason here, meant that Nullus was able to come through in this game and somehow managed to survive against the onslaught of the Kronos. There was also an opportunity here potentially for Suppe to stop fighting, go Mythic Age, plant Implode down, pick off the entirety of Nullus's army, and get a gold starve where that's concerned as well. And he just couldn't spend his resources here. That was the real story of both of these games, is that Suppe just could not spend his resources. If he could spend his resources, get more military buildings down, stay fully populated, he probably could have taken better fights here, but he just could not manage to make it work. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.